Hey y'all, Ryan with the Solver, and I want to do a quick rundown of our NFL optimizer. If we start in the upper left-hand corner over here, this is where you can select the specific week that you want to work on. So I've got week 10 from an old slate brought up, the site as well as the game type. So whether that's classic or showdown or superflex tiers for all the different sites, and then the specific slate for that week as well. So whether it's afternoon only, the main slate, you got it. To the right, this is a very cool feature that we have at the Solver called our in-slate settings. So these are going to be slate-specific settings. I will go over these in a much more advanced and in-depth breakdown as well, but it's just a great way for you to have different settings for different types of builds within the same slate. Now, under the optimizer tab, so this is under projections. This is a great place for you to either upload your own projections or choose projections from one of our partner sites. To the right, we have variance. This is just a really great way to introduce a small bit of randomness to your projections, whether it's 5%, 10%. You can also control variance, but more on that later. The player pool here, this is where you can go through position by position, add and remove players. You can also manually adjust a player's projection. So to the right, we have our single entry or our hand builder area where you can hand build lineups. You can simply do that by locking players from your player pool and starting to hand build these lineups. This is a great place to hand build a lineup while still having all of this data in front of you. One thing that's really cool, you can always upload custom fields here as well. So custom rows. So if you wanted to upload some advanced data like weighted opportunity rating or touches inside the 5, touches inside the 1, whatever it might be, and hand build and have access to all that data right at a glance. Directly below that, we have our one-click settings. This is a great way to just do a quick run of some really correlated lineups. So I've got quarterback stack, game stack, avoid tight end in the flex. Let's avoid opposing defense, and let's maximize the salary cap here. And let's optimize 10 lineups based off of projection. You could do it based off ceiling or a blend, and let's hit optimize. And this takes us to those 10 optimized lineups that we have. You can get a good rundown over here on your player stacks, game stacks as well. Let's save these lineups, and I've got them now saved under the My Lineups tab. This is a really great way to kind of filter through your lineups, maybe get rid of some lineups that you don't want, and then you can download this file straight to a CSV, and you can upload your lineups file, which takes me to our late swap and entry manager. So I've got an old CSV here from week 10, and this is a great place for you to re-optimize after the early set of games lock, and you get new information, and you can re-optimize lineups here based off of lineups that, based off of the rules that you have in your advanced settings. This is also a great place to manage your entries and manage your lineups. Assign those specific lineups to these entries, replace them, download the entry file, and upload to DraftKings. So under my projections, this is a really great place to create aggregate sets. So you can easily aggregate different sets of projections, whether that is a projection set that you uploaded or a projection set from our one of our partners like Established to Run or 444. And the one thing that I will spend a lot of time in another tutorial is underneath the optimizer in your advanced settings. This is where you get to control all different types of, as our good friend Drew Dinkmeyer likes to say, the levers of the slate. So whether that is creating specific stacks, specific player groups, whether it's based off ownership, variance by position is a great way, avoiding flex spots, creating different salary cap restrictions, you name it. But I will go over all of that in an in-depth tutorial. So that's a quick and dirty rundown of the NFL optimizer brought to you by The Solver. If you have any questions, find us on X at The Solver Sports or drop a comment down below. With that, take it easy, and I will see you in the next one.